We're good. We're good. Okay.
Woohoo.
Hi gang. How we going?
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm just concentrating on pouring my drink here that none of you can actually see. But there you go.
Is it liquid
Discovered
Vegemite?
this. It is a cold foamy beverage that is 0% alcohol. So right up my teetotaling non-drinking of the tornado. Ali was on for a decade this year.
Ooh.
So
That's
yeah, not that
exciting.
far away. Yeah. No, it is. It is rather exciting. In a non-boozy kind of way. Anyway, so welcome all. We are here for what is it, episode 6 of 6 for Fallout Australia. It fell out back. And first things throughout, what I need to tell you is I got to give you a content warning straight off the bat today. Fallout is about nuclear war and the impacts of that. We've been playing it a little bit fast and loose, a little bit silly along the way. But you know, our world is a little bit of a dangerous place, and there's things going on in it at the moment that are not so flash. So just a little bit of a content warning that gonna bring it a little bit into that darker zone, just a touch today, for those who are watching and listening. And also there is a air raid siren that will sound in the break as part of the for those who have been coming along and watching the episodes, you'll know that I put on silly voices and record a radio packet for the break. And that pack usually reflects some of the activities and actions that our gloriously proactive party have been up to, I think, before. It's actually going to reflect some of the things that haven't happened to them yet. And in that, there is a air raid siren. So I just wanted to everybody know that that is there. That will happen. We'll give you another warning before we go to break, just so you're aware of that coming in. And so I think it's about 8 minutes in to the packet. But just to let you all know that that is there. So for those who might have experienced being in those situations with air raid sirens become, at least you're aware of what's going on and you can avoid that distressing noise. Also, it's really loud. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. So that's all of the crisping solemn business. We are back to our regularly scheduled cast. So Cass is back. Not that she wasn't here last time. But so again, shout out to Mr. D20 for spotting in and upping the level of crazy and chaos just a bit, if that was even possible. And yeah, Cass is back. So welcome back, Cass. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to be here.
And on that note, why don't we start with you doing the introductions?
Oh, okay. Me first. Hi, I'm Cass for Shadowmere. I'm not Mr. Wenty. I know that's a disappointment to many, but I think we all saw what superior mayhem can be. So thank you, Mr. Wenty. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Otherwise, I'm on Meeples and Dragons playing in Radiant Shadows every second Saturday. So not this Saturday, next Saturday, there'll be another game. But I'm excited to see what happens to Mayhem and the rest of the game. I hope the kangaroos have dropped their grudge to the whole Vegemite thing. They need to let it go. I will throw to Pickles.
I'm sorry to say the kangaroos definitely did not did not drop their grudge. There was a little bit of a war that Mayhem definitely encouraged along in the time that we were preparing for our last session. So, but everything that you would have approved of, I'm absolutely sure. I am Piggles, your roo of unusual size, and I am currently only found here on the Meeples channel playing this lovely game of chaos and destruction and drippy buzz. And I am looking forward to seeing what happens this session after the probably terrible decisions we made last time, which just brings me a lot of joy. And I will hand over to I'm going to hand over to our dear doctor.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Joel, or Mr. Loreman. I get to play the most ethical doctor here, Dr. Spoosh. The last thing I remember in character is I was pondering the future of humanity and my responsibility in ending it, and then there was a loud bang, and I don't really remember much else. So maybe I do. It's a bit up for contention. And I will handle the responsibility of talking over to Nephthys.
Hi, that's me. I'm Nessus Nile, your National External Retrieval Automaton, or N.E.R.A for short. I am a Cabbage Patch-sized doll of bibliophile nature, and 100% not the most chaotic creature on this party. No.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that's me. Moving right along swiftly, please.
Moving right along swiftly or stealthily?
We do both.
Swiftly and stealthily.
Yes.
Okay, so this would be your episode 6. Quick recap of what happened last time. They did some planning. It all went to shit, as it usually does. The entire, Mission Impossible stealth mission backfired on the role of they fucked it up, as always. The stealth was no longer stealthy. The robots rushed in. There was a fumble. Everything went in. All the grenades went into the sack. The PCs were going to blow themselves up. But conveniently, I had an NPC just standing there next to them, who did the honorable thing and grabbed the bag of explosives that were about to go off, throwing himself willingly into the fray because NPC, and blowing up all the robots in the ensuing rather large explosion. So that was the end of Kai.
F to send regards.
Yep.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Like several episodes before I actually intended this to happen. So yeah, thanks for that, team. Really, really appreciate your work.
You're welcome.
We live to give, Chris. We live to give.
As they say, no story survives contact with the party.
It was just his time.
That's right.
Except it wasn't.
Oh, no, it was.
Yeah.
But look, they had to find a way to save your ass. And that was it. Otherwise, it would have been a very short campaign. Is all I'm going to say.
We did
Credits roll.
We did get to use a very big gun, which was lovely.
You got to use. Yep.
Kai became Golem, and Kai was the one that jumped into the fire holding the ring.
Yes.
Lived long enough to become the villain.
Very much so.
Yeah. So they then infiltrated their way into the facility, found that there was no one there, well, no one breathing, found the command and control center after some hijinks of the game, rolling 20s and falling over. So that was actually a kind of useful, calamity, which allowed them to find the actual secret door. Not that it was that much of a secret. I put the whole image of the facility up anyway, so they were going to find it eventually, right? Had to. It's the
Sure,
plot.
with intelligence scores like ours.
50-50.
That's being generous. Have you seen us play?
Yeah. So cue some shenanigans about going through the computers, and then found some information. And what information did you find, N.E.R.A?
We found all the fun stuff. We found so many toys, and we found someone who definitely wants to be our friend. So much so that I'm sure they will send us presents any moment now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we're going on a holiday on the water. Yeah. It's going to be a summer holiday. It's going to be great.
I feel like it's going to be a working bee holiday because books.
Yes.
Yeah. Safe to say, they found the existence of HMAS Brisbane and the USS Coral Sea, both at Cockatoo Island Naval Dockyard. It was at this point that a rather annoyed, weapon-brandishing Posey came screeching into the room, flailing about with, rifles in all of her arms. Where she got them, we don't know, but she has them. And in one hand, she had the ring, and just gets everybody's attention and says, "The ring." And that's where we finish. And that's where we are now. Because, normally we would go, hey, 2 weeks passed in the world, 2 weeks passed, but not this episode because it was rather climactic. So we are continuing the narrative from then. Dun, dun, dun. And hence the elongated reminder of what actually happened. Or at least the best of our ability to remember what happened. Because, that was 2 weeks ago. And I haven't watched the episode since. I don't know about you lot.
I remember things. But yeah, I think you're probably the better person to remember since you watched it today.
Yes. Definitely remember that that's where we left off with Posey coming in, holding up the ring.
Yes.
We did open the box too.
Yes. Yes, we did.
The code that Sploosh was repeating.
In his Rain Man state.
Yes. Yeah, we've got that. Yeah, the actual suitcase opened. And they hit the button, and a little screen light up saying, "Don't hit this button again." So they hit it again several more times, each time with it lighting up, and then a code got spat out as well. A 32-digit code, which Spoosh managed to remember, but that's all Spoosh could remember.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who this Spoosh person is, but I certainly remember a code.
Yeah. Because he got hit on the back of the head.
Yep.
By exploding stuff. And that's where we are now. So, my lovely, if not slightly chaotic and destructive team.
Yes.
We have Posey standing in front of you, brandishing arms, very upset, clearly, and waving the ring at you. Oh, and again, for reminders, just to drop the fourth wall a bit, the ring is a washer, which is about that big and has had the ring scratched into it. Yeah.
It's a ring.
Yeah, it is. And it's a posy with firearms and no idea what to do with them.
Posy, what are you doing?
We have to take the ring for Kai.
Are you able to take over someone's personal quest like that?
See, she puts on the sort of quizzical point on her face, like,
does it count if you do it for them? Because technically you didn't give them the quest.
Mm.
And you don't have to take someone's responsibility.
so what you're trying to say is that Kai isn't Boromir and doesn't have to now these Jacobs obviously, one of the fellowship fall, so Kai wasn't Frodo, Kai is Boromir. And that I don't have to be
well, I mean, there's only one
yeah.
Boromir, right?
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, how about you give us the guns and the weapons and you take some time to process these thoughts?
I want to keep one.
I mean,
That
as
seems
long
fair.
as you lower it, sure. Just don't be pointing it at us.
Just
Well,
keep
at the
the
moment,
safety on.
like the 4 arms, they've got the ring, and the other 3 are sort of like gesticulating wildly around with like assault rifles.
Yeah, so none of that with weapons.
Because she's got tiny, spindly little arms.
Mm-hmm.
And they're big assault rifles.
So we're talking General Grievous with like lightsabers, but it's a shopping trolley of a robot.
That's an awesome ending.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But terrifying.
That's an image. That's an image for you, chat. There you go.
Yep.
So
Put them down. You can keep one, but maybe like put it in your basket until you figure out what you want to do.
Okay, so Posey goes, okay. Sort of looking around the room a bit. And she's like, and this is where we interject a bit. Says, could you put number 1 up, and gang, feel free to have a look at the spoiler number 1 that I put in chat for you. And Posey kind of goes, look, points up at the big screen. He goes, what's that?
Oh, that's a love letter. Oh, how sweet.
That's a weird love letter.
What hopefully should be
actually
coming up on your screen very soon, chat, is no fucking to the bit where I can see it. Here we go. Hey, buddy. Raz has joined us. Is
Hi,
up on the main
Raz.
view screen. Pops a old school style DOS thing, and oh my god, the amount of time it took me to find what that looked like and remember and to make this image, you just don't want to know. But anyway, it says remote/D41 slash angly bracket message reads from HMAS Brisbane actual AI slash AP, as in artificial intelligence, artificial person. To Osmil slash army slash sigcorp slash MD2 slash facil _02 slash command _officer. That's the one. Thanks, Saz. Unauthorized transmission detected within SigCorp secure facility. All human and robotic assets report decommissioned status. Verify facility security status immediately. Bracket 1 or 2 only, end bracket. Next line, 1 dot lost. Line after that, 2 dot all clear. Bracket command code authorization override required, end bracket, message ends, and you've got a flashing little question mark.
Did we get a command code off one of the bodies that we searched? I can't remember. No, we didn't. Okay.
But you did notice that again back in all the bedrooms.
Yeah.
There were 4 corpses there with their dog tags and everything all laid out, and their boots and everything all laid out nicely, and what was a corpse sitting by the front door.
That's right.
Who seemed to have self-terminated.
Yes. And there was one of the corpses on the beds that looked like higher rank than the others. Yes?
No, that was the corpse out the front.
Right, gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah. Which you would know was a colonel.
How far away is that individual from where we are now?
You're all the way at the back of the facility. They're all the way at the front. Of the facility. But the other 4 bodies, which you never establish rank of, are in the next door.
Does someone want to go and check the other ones that we saw in the barracks and see if maybe they've got a code?
Yep, I can.
Yeah.
I'll run off and do that. Someone going to check the guy at the front.
Yeah, might be a good idea.
I might go check the guy at the front. I'm going to assume that Spoosh is still a little out of it, so Fauna will go check the one at the front.
Okay.
How out of it am I? Or is
you were pretty Rain Man before.
You are your normal self now, as you recovered from being beamed in the back from explosives.
Cool.
That's good.
Rejoice, Wasteland, you're about to get saved. Spiritual, I guess if everyone else is looking at the corpses, as I have the hacker perk, and it's been a long time since I've seen an actual terminal or any sort of message at all, Spiritual to go over and actually start looking at the message that we've got and give that a bit of a squeeze.
Cool. Would Spoosh care to give me a in plus science just to get a general lay of the land of the command and control office that you're in?
Absolutely, Spoosh would. So my int is an absolutely phenomenal 10. My science is 3, it's a tag one, so we got a good chance. I've gotten a 4 and a 9, so I haven't got any of the crazy tag rolls, but I have got succeeded both times.
Okay, so 2 successes. And your hacker perk, what does that do?
My hacker perk...
Just to remind me.
I believe it reduces the difficulty by 2.
By 1. It also makes it really hard for me to communicate with people socially, but that's also just a Spoosh thing. But yeah, it reduces the difficulty of hacking the computers by 1 to a minimum.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Right. So with 2 successes, you kind of know, just like casting your eyes around, not really touching anything much, because it has actually been in similar kind of environments in the past, so is actually well aware that This is a look and don't touch kind of environment until you know what it is that you are going to touch. So is well aware of that and has established that it is, in fact, a fairly decently hard-lined, secured military complex. So you establish through 2 successes that SIG Corps is the signal corps of the Australian Army, and that would be either a listening post or a information distribution post. A variety.
So post office.
Yeah. And going to be very, very odd. Sorry, just one check. Is my microphone cutting out? Because I'm getting
Yeah.
a lot of feedback. All right. Talk amongst yourselves for 1 minute.
Cool.
Sorry, everybody.
So
I just need to around with
N.E.R.A will
microphones.
talk to Spoosh about, so I did this and then I did that and blah, 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 talk through how she hacked it and be like, yeah. And then they said, hey, and I went, what's up? And they went, you shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, but I am. And then they said, no, really, you shouldn't be doing that. And then they said this.
Because does anyone else find it kind of overly coincidental that we're in a giant military post office with what's essentially a jerry-rigged robot postie?
I hadn't thought about it until you just said it. I don't know if it's coincidental.
Incidental?
Maybe.
I'm sus. What's a borrow-mere? How do you, is this more of a slang thing? Like, can you borrow a mere, or you can keep?
You really need to read a book instead of writing them.
I haven't got the time. What's a mere?
A small amount.
Makes sense. So, if you ever need energy cells, I could walk up and say, "Can I borrow mere energy cells?" That would be correct.
You want to touch my energy cells? You've got to go through my gun first. But sure, I guess you could say that if you wanted to.
Special start noting this down. Borrow mere, and then right next to it, small amount. What's small? Is it is this a you can sort of define? Is there a limit? Is it with context?
I think it's more contextual.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's understandable. I'll ask. No, I won't. I won't ask Fauna to borrow me or anything.
There might be a shouting conversation about consent again.
I'm asking to borrow me. I'm not taking. I'm not taking me.
Fauna doesn't know this yet. She's in a different room.
Fauna just assumes the worst of poor Spoosh.
Yeah, but with good reason.
Yeah, not unjustified. The spiritual, I want to yell and ask how the others are going, but I don't know. I'm suspicious. I feel like they'll hear us through the term.
I don't know that that's how it works, but okay.
We also don't know that it doesn't work like that.
Always assume the worst.
N.E.R.A is cheerfully, nihilistically optimistic. Yes, the world is going to end and it's going to be great.
It's the result of the scrambling of her circuits over the years.
Oh, going to be terrible. Hooray!
You know what's really unfortunate about losing those small little Pez-sized they were virulent enough that if you look at them, they'll kill you. But I don't know where I put them, so I'm scared to look anywhere.
Oh, Fauna knows where they are. She had to give her people a little bit of a helping hand to try and get them all up before their half-life started to become a bit of a problem.
Couldn't find all of them though. How's that in terms of
seems good
voice levels?
better?
Yep, seems all right.
All right, sorry about that, folks. My system enjoying the heat in Victoria, right? So yeah, thanks for waffling on, filling in. Let's. Oh, this is.
It was more
a little
character
bit frustrating.
development.
Yeah, character development. Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah.
That's right.
So yes, Spoosh, you are absolutely aware that this is a hardened military compound. If the, numerous robot guards and the big bolt door out the front hadn't given it away, the level of security in this room certainly is. So, yes, you could try some hackering if you wanted to. However, most of what was there discovered by hackering had already been hackered last session on N.E.R.A. So most of the systems that you can are already. What this is a fail-safe where all security, something you have, something you are, something you know.
Yeah.
All right. You've already cracked through the what you can crack through.
Yeah.
I did my best.
Yeah. Right. And from what I'm seeing, this audio isn't getting any better, right?
Unfortunately not.
No, sorry.
No. Okay.
Still a bit choppy.
Yeah. No, I can. This is feeding straight off the microphone, so I can hear. Cutting out. That was me manually accidentally hitting the mute button. So
At least it wasn't a cat this time.
yeah. We'll see how we go, see if it improves, and if not, I'll do the jumping out and restarting everything thing, and let you guys have fun.
We can nominate one of
Singing
us
and
as the temporary GM and see how far we get.
Shenanigans!
Yeah, it looks
What's
like
the
it's
worst
like
that could happen?
I'm getting all the buffering messages and everything, so it's probably just the net and what have you happening down this end of the world. Because the heat has fried everything. Righto. We shall persevere, see how we go. So, who shall we deal with first? Up the front, I think. It's where the commander is. So, who raced up the front?
Me.
Right, and yes, as I'll do just that. Let's see how we go. So someone else will have to be eyes and ears in Discord, because yeah, you're right. So I've just killed that. Righto, let's have a look here. So it is much as you left the corpse last time. There is a skeleton in the remains of a army uniform. The 10mm pistol that was there, you lot half-inched. So you've already got it, plus the ammo. You can search through again if you like, see if you want to find other stuff. Which would be, I don't know, there's some dog tags there.
Might have a look at the dog tags and see if there's anything on them.
Well, you did notice that when you looked the first time, they were ordinary dog tags. Now you're looking this time, the edge of them with the little LED is now red. So they had powered down, and now the LED is red. So rather than just being a bit of metal with the LED imprinted on them, they're also, well, you didn't notice that it had an LED strip down the side previously because you weren't looking for it. But now you can see it because it's like, dog tag with a little red LED strip that is lit up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fawn is going to pick it up, like take it off their somewhat emaciated neck. Is it heavier
that's
than
pretty
I
easy. They're not going to fight back.
No, I'm asking if it's like heavier than I expect.
Nah, it's like a...
No, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Just thought there might be something else in it. That's why I asked.
There's a weight of a battery in there.
Yep.
Okay. Little circuit board. It's about the weight you would expect.
Okay. Is there, so apart from the LED light, which I'll take back to the folks in a sec, I'm just going to turn it over. Is there anything else on it? Well, that's pretty well.
Just
okay.
A name, obviously a service number.
Mm-hmm.
8 digits long, I think.
Okay.
And name is on
All
it.
right. Fauna might just have a quick search of the rest of the body and see if there's anything that we missed the first time, just to be on the safe side.
There's a wallet.
Anything in there?
Yeah, family photos, pictures.
Want to chuck some out? She doesn't care about that. It's like people.
Letter from a loved one. Talking about how they miss them, and when they come back from their tour, they'll finally be able to get married and have all the children, the usual sort of things that melodramatic soldier stories have in them.
Fauna's only interested if they're spicy bits, and if there's not, she's crumpling it up and throwing it over her shoulder.
No, well, there's no real spicy bits. No.
Just comments. You guys are doing this wrong. Crumple, crumple, crumple. Sorry.
Right. Okay. There's a couple of credit cards.
Bloody useless.
Good for breaking into cars. But
I'm big.
none of the cars run anymore, but
break into them myself.
Yeah. Like the stuff you would expect to find in a wallet. A couple of business cards for electricians, and a plumber. The usual sort of wallet shit.
Okay. All right.
Probably there's a Spotlight membership card, that sort of stuff, because everybody's got a Spotlight membership.
Vault Dweller has a Spotlight membership card still.
Yeah,
nice to know that
exactly,
Spotlight survived the apocalypse.
Well,
you need your fabric and your damp bedazzler and glitter.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Glue guns are a hot commodity in the apocalypse.
All the callers in the audience are wincing.
As you should. Suffer, everyone. Suffer. So apart from the wallet, is there anything else? If not, I'm going to head back to the others and
fairly natty pistol belt.
Fauna's a crap shot. She's not taking the pistol belt.
No, but like Australian military pistol belts are the bomb. They're like the best. Like those nylon ones with the metal clips, and they're really cool.
Fauna doesn't think so.
Yeah, Fauna's got no sense of style or taste.
Fauna's a kangaroo. Her sense of style and taste is a little bit different to yours.
But yeah, it's like got one of those 1960s style, pistol belts. Good stuff.
If it's not good enough to lean back on the tail and kick someone in the face, Fauna doesn't care.
They're adjustable.
Yeah, not good enough. Not built for rude bodies. Just care.
Missing out.
You can try and make it as cool as you like. It ain't happening to Fauna. You'd be better off talking
That's
to Mayhem.
Just noting, sometime in the future, you're gonna want to need a pull belt. Is all I'm gonna say now. Just because you denied it, right? So
that's okay. I love
about
to live
5
with
episodes.
consequences.
I was going to say
You're
the
talking
theme
to
for
the
tonight
GM.
is consequences to one's actions, even if that means leaving behind a belt.
Yeah. So chat, just a reminder, because I know that our dear producer put it in there. Consequences. We want them. Sorry. I'm going to go back to the group and just sort of show
On
them
my
the little
pistol belt, will you?
Yes, always. I'm just going to show everyone. It's like, these things light up now. Look. And holds up the little red dog tags to N.E.R.A and Spoosh.
I'm going to guess I have no information regarding this being a positive or negative portend of doom.
It's like it matches N.E.R.A's eyes when she goes, evil, bad, dangerous.
We'll hold Fauna
fun.
there. Who went into the barracks side, which is closer?
Me.
Okay, so Mayhem, you notice that you come into a room and you got the description from when you watched it earlier, obviously.
I'm pretty sure I've looted these bodies already.
Well, they're laid out all nice and neatly. The uniforms all folded up. And yeah, all the dog tags on all of them have lit up red as well. I don't know. What do we think a history roll would be in this game?
I feel like it would be int and science again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't actually have anything else other than really science, do we?
No.
As an option. Could be luck if your luck is higher than your int.
I would prefer int.
What have we got? It's not barter.
Depending on what it is, sometimes it might be appropriate to do survival, but that'd be situational.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a military thing. So I would allow small guns as well. How's that? For him, int plus either survival or small guns.
Right. I will go with int and survival, so I get 12.
Remember that you can use luck points to substitute your luck, should you wish, if your luck is higher.
No, my luck is 5, and my intelligence is 9.
You're a smart little cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
One of us has to be.
Well, I mean, you don't know that I'm smart. I haven't really showed it to you.
Well, that was definitely out of game. It was just one of us has to be.
So is it 2 dice? Are they right?
2, or you can use your action points to buy further ones if you wish.
Can I choose after I've rolled?
You
action
can.
Points? Okay. All right, let's go with 2.
Because this is not anything that's really critical.
Okay, yeah, I'll just go with the 2. See how we go. So I've got to get 12 or under 12. 12 or under. Yeah.
12 or under.
So I got a 1 and a 7.
Woo!
So that would be 3 successes because a 1 is a critical, so that doubles. So that's 2 successes plus an additional 1 makes 3. You remember, like your mum had a book on Australian military ranks and all this sort of stuff, and because you were obsessed with the T60 helmet that your mum had, and she would never tell you anything about as to where it came from or anything like that. She just would smile, look a little bit wistful, and then shoo you away. So you as a kid were quite interested in all of this stuff. So you remember, oh yeah, all of these are officer ranked individuals. There's no less than like a second lieutenant equivalent here out of all the corpses. And they're all wearing Signal Corps badges, which with that role you would remember is not very closely associated with military intelligence.
Is there anything on the badges that looks like different, or like any engravings? Nothing on the backs?
No, they're just like unit patches.
Right,
So
okay.
enough to identify and go, oh yeah, that's Signal Corps. And because of your background and interest in all things explodey, you've established that, oh yeah, Signal Corps and their officers.
So Mayhem will grab dog tags off of all of them, because I have a sneaking suspicion they may be needed. And can I just check, do any of them have like a little notebook or anything like that tucked in pockets or on countertops?
Yeah, with a role like that, I'll let you have notebooks, yeah.
Yeah. So if they've got notebooks, I will grab those as well. And I just want to kind of, as I'm walking back, if I can't see anything else, I'm walking back, I'm just going to be flicking through those notebooks to see if there's anything.
Yep. Well,
like
one of them will have it, and it's like a list of daily orders and, roster for kitchen cleaning, stuff like that. Nothing untoward, just like daily life things.
No section at the back that has usernames, passwords, all that sort of stuff?
No.
Not boomers.
I have one more place to check if they are boomers. Underneath the keyboards.
Yeah.
So people keep passwords. So I'll walk back to the group with the dog tags and the notebooks.
Like this is all taken somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes. And so as you walk into the room, you see the display changes to a 30-second countdown.
I don't think that's good, folks. And N.E.R.A just bolts for the front. Bye!
Oh, dear. Should we go?
Yes, definitely. I don't think even if we had a code, we don't have all the codes.
You just hear from somewhere down the front, faster running, better.
Fauna starts jumping out.
Well, then, if you're doing that, I'll let you see the message that flicks up just at the end. And says, can you throw in the second one of those for chat to have a look at? And gang, you can read the one that's number 2 that's hidden.
Uh-oh.
So Mayhem, why don't you read it out since I didn't have it in front of me anymore? So actually, no, yes I do. I've got it on my notes. What am I saying? But you can read it out anyway. Off you go.
Okay. So it says from USS Coral Sea Actual, so the AI or AP, to communist infiltrators of Ostmill Army SigCorps MDZ. Or is that MD2?
MD2.
Yeah, military district
MD2 Facil _01. Die commies. Message ends. They're onto us.
Scupper!
Leg it!
Run away! Run away!
So,
Spoosh, don't trip over anything this time.
what are you doing?
We're running out.
Running.
We are 100% running out.
Spoosh is gonna while we're kind of like chase behind me, like, wait, I need to check this before we go. Like, he's still running out.
Fauna's just like grabbing Spoosh by the back of the collar and be like, nope, out we go.
The LED,
Right.
he's trying to reach for one of the LEDs. Just he's got it in his head that like the LEDs had the code, even though he's resigned to like we'll never get it there. He needs.
Oh, I've still got them in my hand. So
Yeah, Fauna's still got hers as well, so it's okay.
you
Right.
can have all of them if you want them.
So you make it to the outside. You're outside. 5-10 meters from the entrance. What you can see is from the orientation here, southeast in the sky, what looks to be about 20 or so vapor trails. Some coming towards you, some going away, some going towards the northwest, some going towards the northeast, others towards the southeast. You're in the southwest, so they're coming towards you. You can stand here and watch them if you like.
Oh no, we're running.
No.
No.
Okay. Where are you running to?
Back towards the gate,
Okay.
I think. I think
Maybe-
that's where N.E.R.A would be. Like, I'm assuming, yes, her legs are not very long, so she can't run very far, but she's running fast
How
and
many
heading
people?
towards the gate.
Would you be able to put up the pink map of the base?
How many people could fit in a tank at one time?
We have a roo of unusual size. I don't think enough.
But the roos have been sitting in the tanks, haven't
Yeah,
they?
I
They've
think
been
one
sitting-
or two.
Mostly on the tank,
the
to be fair.
tanks.
Fauna could maybe get under the
Yeah.
tank if she tries really hard.
I'm just reminding people that there's a tank there. It's not
Mm.
being used.
There's
Can I
also an
ask
anti-aircraft gun too.
Just to think some of this through for a bit. Once you get the map back up, if you can see it on
Yeah.
the display, or you can pull it from what we've had.
Yeah.
Because this is one of those moments where the wrong decision from you is going to be catastrophic.
Yay!
But the right decision will save everything.
Yeah, just
Chris,
you know.
can I ask, please? Can you just say again which way the missiles were going? That we saw as
All
we got
directions.
outside.
Everywhere.
Okay,
everywhere.
North, south, east, west,
perfect.
All
up
of
and
them.
down. Up and
All
down.
of
Directly
them.
to where you are now.
Okay, that's what I wanted to clarify because when I heard it the first time, I thought they were going like out everywhere and some were coming to us. But I wanted to check if they
Yes.
were coming from multiple locations and coming to us, which because I thought the first one sounded.
No.
really weird.
Because
Okay.
it looks like they have been launched from one location
Okay. Yep.
in the southeast
Mhm.
towards southeast of where you are.
Mhm.
Actually, no,
Not southeast. That doesn't
Southeast,
make sense.
east southeast.
Okay.
Cockatoo Island. It's basically sort of eastish a little bit.
Yeah. It'll
Yeah.
be east. That sounds like southeast. That doesn't make sense. It's like
Yeah. You're in
Wollongong.
yeah. Oh no, that makes sense too. You just don't know why.
yeah, fair.
So yeah, they basically a bunch of missiles have been launched from Cockatoo Island, and you can see some coming in your direction.
Okay.
You've
Okay.
got about 2 minutes.
All right. Real quick, what are the chances that the dog tags have locator beacons in them?
Oh,
Are
I'm
you
gonna
asking
go with pretty
me or are
high.
you asking
No,
them?
I'm asking them.
I'm going to go with
This is
pretty
an
high.
in-game question. What are the chances?
I'm thinking throw them back.
Yeah, Fauna's going to drop hers just in case. Mayhem, up to you what you want to do with your 4.
Yeah, I've got all 4. I will throw them behind me.
Well, you got a pretty good indication that red means the owner of said dog tag is no longer functioning.
Yeah, that part we know, just in case the missiles are also honing in on said dog tags, just in case.
Spoosh, like before, or Spoosh is going to quickly just pick one up and just as a pure test, like very quickly, just put it on and just look and see if it changes the light at all.
No. No, and Spoosh, I'll give this one to you because of your background. You would know it's there is no, yes, there is a GPS locator in it, but it wouldn't be for this purpose. It's just purely for the purposes of locating bodies of the fallen, and that's why the dog tag lights up. You know, when someone is dead, it lights up when it's pinged by the network trying to find it, right? It'd be pretty bad if you're on the battlefield, it lit up red when someone died, because then you'd be like, oh yeah, there they are, you know?
Yeah, let's maybe not take it with us anyway, because they can find us.
But when it's pinged by, you know, the network trying to find where they are, that's all it's for. So yes, the network could ping you as to where you are.
Okay.
The problem is that Mayhem is kind of thinking about right now is that the missiles move faster than we do across land.
Yep, considerably.
We potentially will not get ourselves out of the way in time. The only choice is to go into a structure that has survived all this time.
Yeah, but can you see how many there are? And it's headed towards the bunker.
But maybe if we go deep enough inside.
No. I think we're ballsed up.
Any of the buildings besides, is there any, like, we've got this area, like, we've got 2 minutes, but is there anything outside this area that we could reach that looks civilian? Like, I'd assume that what they're, like, if commies ever took over the bunker and they had to launch these missiles, like, they've planned to do it not, like, during the war, so collateral will hopefully maybe be, like, considered, so they don't want to destroy any civilian buildings nearby.
Oh, what about that tower?
Well, there was all those ruins and stuff like that. Where we licked our wounds after we talked to the road sign. That's where N.E.R.A was thinking of heading. Go back to somewhere that's already bombed.
Sounds good.
I'll keep running, but I'm not sure.
All right, so what I need is a consensus decision as to where you are running for. All right, you've got that map up, so you conceivably can see that. You know where you are.
Yeah.
Right.
What's just remind me, what's the structure at the top right where there looks like there's a tree?
You never got that far.
Okay. Roughly how far away does it look to be?
Couple of 100 meters.
We could leg that in 2 minutes, guys.
Does it look sturdy?
Ish.
It might at least like help us with blast zone debris if we can get to the other side of it.
I am disinclined to agree.
Okay. Who's in the lead?
N.E.R.A.
I think N.E.R.A. I think
as being the first person out.
Given that we're in panic, shit, there's missiles coming. I'm just going to be following the person in front. So I'm
heading to the front gate that we came in through.
Okay. All right. I think that's also reasonable as well. Like, we're all panicking a little bit, so let's hope consequences aren't as deadly.
Okay. Hello, Raz. Would you like to tell them what happens? Wow. Yes. In very cinematic style, as you are legging it out, running as fast or bouncing as fast as your various appendages can take you, including the Raztail. 2 massive explosions happen behind you into the bunker that you were in a few minutes ago. So, one missile hits, another one hits almost immediately afterwards. These are bunker busting nuclear devices that hit, tactical nuclear devices, low yield, about the equivalent of 2 fat men. So we are going to be rolling some dice for nuclear damage to everybody except N.E.R.A because... and Posey.
Yep.
Although Posey... I don't know. Did anyone check on Posey?
Nope.
No. We did not check on the NPC.
I mean, I've thought about it.
But that's, nothing unusual.
That's nothing new for this group.
So Posey might
Wiped
be
out a
collateral
whole
damage.
friendship group.
Well, we weren't that invested. The story didn't make a lot of sense for their quest. What can we say?
Not everything makes sense in the world. Yeah.
That's right.
R.I.P. Posey.
You also notice a bunch of smaller missiles hit the Nissen huts and the tanks.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
My people.
Right? These are non-nuclear in nature.
Warner's not very happy right now. I'd just like to point that out.
And so basically you've got the cinematic of your running out, the explosions happen behind you, and these are massive ones that push you, drive you forward. The blast is enough to knock you over. Spoosh, your rad counter just spikes on your Pip-Boy with warning, all that sort of stuff. N.E.R.A, your red counter, because you've got an internal one, spikes as well. There is a mushroom cloud forming behind you from a tactical nuclear device, a small battlefield, or 2 small battlefield nukes. As you're kind of rolling forward and, get yourselves up, after that, you stand just in time to see several submunitions slam into the Nissen huts, slam into the tanks that were at the entrance, and there's the crump, that sickening crump sound that happens when high explosives hit. The tanks, you see a shot of a flare of smoke and light and fire sort of push out the barrel as it sort of like superheats, and a couple of the side panels pop off as the munitions go off inside. And if there was anyone in or around that tank, so glad you decided not to get into the tank. Because that would have been the end of you. As those 2 vehicles are destroyed. Mm-hmm. The watchtower nearby collapses in the explosion, with that as the ammunition and what have you cooks off in those 2 tanks as well. So there is a fairly decent crater there now. As I say, each of the 2 Nissen huts took a hit from submunitions, and they are now on fire. Mm-hmm. There are roos stumbling out. There are bits and pieces of people strewn around the place. It's a mess. you are looking at the carnage of a battlefield. The Bofors gun survived. Nothing was aimed at it, and you can see a whole bunch of roos bounding in from the fields as this has happened. Right, so it's just like everyone's looking up going, ooh, wow, what's that? And then the missiles screech in, hit, and they're like, and start racing in to, douse fires and what have you. So that is where you are right now. What would you like to do?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Does this add to my stress counter?
Yes.
How many?
Let me throw some dice first.
Oh, cool.
Just for effects, because I should have done this beforehand, but I've got like 42 dice to throw
Oh, wicked,
right
yeah.
now. So,
Yeah, sure.
Maybe
I have
I'll
a question afterwards as well.
Yeah. Well, fire away.
Might
as well do it now.
What happened to the drippy buzz pills that are still left on the ground nearby?
Yeah, that field wasn't hit.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was affected, but my thought did go to that. I was like, have we also unleashed the plague at the same time?
I'm not letting you off that easy. The plague is now nuclear.
I mean, we didn't drop the bombs.
True.
No.
We just said
not
hello.
our fault.
We just said hello. It's very polite. I'm sorry, but returning a hello with a bomb, not very polite.
Rude.
Yeah. Well, American military installations not known for their politeness.
No.
Okay, so that would be 2 for you, N.E.R.A.
Thank you.
Let me see. I'm rolling so shit.
Sorry.
Okay, everybody else
Yes.
is going to be looking at 8 radiation damage.
Oh.
Ooh. Sucks to be you guys.
Well, it really does when your hit points are as low as 9. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Spoosh, you have 1 hit point available to you. That is your maximum hit point, as you have taken 8 rad damage. So, as we discussed, radiation damage takes off the top of your hit point counter and reduces the maximum number of your hit points. So, yeah.
Sorry, so it reduces the maximum by 2, did you say?
No, by 8.
By 8. So I have 10 normally, so that means
So you've got 2 left.
It would be 2, and my maximum is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As in I can't heal anymore past 2.
Not unless you've got
Because I'm sickly.
You sickly lass.
I'm sickly.
You're all irradiated messes. Except for the robot. N.E.R.A.'s fine.
I have antibiotics.
Fine's a stretch.
Okay, yes, fine is a stretch. I do.
No.
But you notice I didn't say that N.E.R.A.'s okay.
No, N.E.R.A.'s not okay. But she's functional.
Yeah. Functioning fine, because robots don't take rad damage. So, there is carnage. There is fire. There is screaming. There are a lot of roos in a lot of pain. What are you doing?
What do we do, guys?
Fauna kind of wants to help her people. Like, if it was humans, she'd probably just bounce a little bit, but she'd like to at least help.
wits.
I don't know if there's much that as a sickly human I can really do at this point.
Spoosh just kind of like just standing looking at himself. It's like, I think cellular degradation may have already begun. I think at this point, with this level of irradiation, probably be causing more harm than help.
Yeah, I think the sensible thing to do in terms of the help, because Fauna's not stupid either, but just the folks that are coming in from the field, to just start organising them to help what wounded they can, and to start getting their stuff together to leave, because the area is irradiated now. They're going to have to find a new settlement regardless. So anyone who is too far gone should be put out of their misery, unfortunately. But everyone else should be prepped to take what they can and try and irradiate along the way as much as they can. They should definitely take whatever weapons they can temporarily with them, because, chance of being set on by raiders and other fun stuff.
Yep, fair enough. So you can set up triage, and
N.E.R.A will help with triage.
Yeah. And look, that takes the better part of the day. Stingray is gone. Beetle was out in the field, so Beetle takes charge. Tiny was out with a hunting party, so Tiny comes back and sees, and there is just totally enraged and just races up to you, Fauna, and is like, "What did you do?"
We were attacked. They didn't like us interfering with the vault, and they attacked. That's all we know.
You can see the just pain and rage in his eyes, as like standing up to his full height. You did this.
No, they did this.
He is just like sort of rocking back and forth and pacing.
Now, you don't have time for this right now. You've got to get your people, and you have to go. There aren't enough of us around for you to do this right now. You get them out before more get sick and die. You put the ones who can't make the trip out of their misery, and you take as many kids, and you get out of here. You get all the Joeys and you go. You find somewhere safe with clean water. That's all you can do right now. And I will give you something that you can take the long-term revenge if you want it.
He's clearly struggling to control his rage at the moment. You can really tell he's on a knife edge. And he's like sort of stomping back and forth and doing the kind of thing. And he's like, where do we go?
Go south.
Came from south. There's nothing there.
Then go west. Get over the mountains. Go back to where some of us came from.
All right, give me your revenge.
Fauna takes out the sundew plant, the obnoxiously large one that can now eat small children, and she takes about a third of it apart and puts it in another pot and gives it to him. You let this grow, you let it get more leaves, and you start planting it near every human settlement that does you harm. You use it to protect the kids. Just keep the Joeys away from it. It could take them too, I don't know yet. But you put it near the settlements and you let it do its work. They won't notice what it is, not until it's too late.
Calm a bit. And, as obviously there's lots of hubbub and stuff going on, and, people trying to help out, and, the buildings collapse because they're on fire, and the fire is starting to threaten to spread. So everyone's sort of like pitching in and what have you. So this is all happening in on the background while you're doing all of it. He grabs everything. He's like, puts puts it down sort of a safe distance away where everyone's trying to get as much of their gear and what they can safely out, food, hand carts, all that sort of stuff. So they're all pitching in and pulling together, making a bit of a stockpile, probably about 30, 40 meters away from where the distant huts were. And he places all this down and what have you. And, it's all happening. And he just walks over and leans in. And before you can react or do anything, he just grabs your shirt and rips it, looks at you and says, "You're not one of us anymore. Now get the fuck out of our sight, all of you, before we take we take other measures. Exiled. Go. You brought this on us." And he just turns his back and gets back into helping.
Fauna just kind of stiffens and turns away and does anything else that needs to be done. She doesn't say anything.
Yeah. So this whole thing takes hours as, people are starting to put fires out and what have you. So at any time you all wish to pray and move off before you really noticed as they start to, after the first couple of hours, it's all hands to the mill, trying to, put the fire out, get people out, treat people. And as that immediacy slows down, that's when, muttering is starting. Everything fine, and guys came along. Thanks, Riddick's Tale. Everything was fine. You did it. You're the cause. What are we going to do? You're starting to hear that kind of muttering.
Yeah.
And it was about that time that, Tiny, pulls and rips the clothes and says, "No, you're exiled. You're out." So conceivably, any time after about 2 hours into all of this, you could easily disappear.
Yeah. We'll basically be finishing up. I assume N.E.R.A is kind of finishing up her triaging, and Fauna will just be keeping a careful eye, and she'll just basically give the signal right, we're out now.
All right. And I think that is a convenient time for us to take a break. To let all of that sort of fade off a little bit of a tense scene there. And to just give you another warning, chat, that I think it's at about 8 minutes in to the radio packet that we're about to play, that the air raid sirens arc up. They're on for about 45 seconds during that. So if that's something that you do not wish to hear, just that zone between 8 and 11 minutes is where you want to tune out. So we're ready for break, says? Yep. All right. Well, we'll see you in about, I think it's 11 minutes and 20 seconds or something silly like that. So catch you in a little while. We'll be back soon. Kill FM. Kill FM, voice of the Synders wasteland. And that voice is myself, Lawson Johns. Welcome to the show, listeners. I've heard you have had a lovely and productive week. We just heard The Wild Wagoner by Jilson Settlers. Next up, a message from our sponsor.
Nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. I was blue, just as blue as I could be. Every day was a cloudy day for me. Till good luck came a-knocking at my door. Skies were gray, but they're not gray anymore. Smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Blue birds singing a song, nothing but blue birds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Know to sing the days hurrying by when you're in love. My, how they fly through days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Blue skies up above.
And that was Blue Skies by our station favourite Al Bowley. Previous to that was Sunny Disposition by George Cathcart and his New Yorkers. So, coming up on the program, we shall be listening to a track by... Oh, is that the old civil air raid siren? Tyrone, what's on? Tyrone, can you go have a look outside? Look at, stick your head out the window, Tyrone, and have a look. What's going on? Give me one moment, listeners. As I say, there seems to be the old civil defense raid siren. Missile, Tyrone, from where? Oh, dear me. Well, we highly recommend, listeners, that you all duck and cover, as it seems N.E.R.A has launched a rather large number of news. Oh, you can see them hitting the Bridgertons. And where else? The Water Hen. Right. Okay, listeners, well, we're going to wrap up the show rather promptly right now, as there seems to be somewhere in the vicinity of 20-odd nukes flying out of N.E.R.A and hitting all over the place. So I have been your host, Lawson Johns, and hopefully I am not your has-been, but will continue to be your host, Lawson Johns. This is Kill FM, voice of the Synders Wasteland, and try not to get nuked. Be safe. And until next time, yes, we're shutting up now and running downstairs. Thank you, Kill FM. Kill them before they kill you. Yada yada yada. Lawson Johns, thank you, and good night. Hey, we're back. We're back. Is everybody back? Everybody's back. We're all back. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? And hopefully the air raid sirens didn't upset too many people out there. So to just summarize what Lawson Johns spoke about, Cora, aka the USS Coral Sea, because the S and the LC fell off.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of cute, you know. And the HMAS Brisbane launched a fairly significant attack on every element in the wasteland that had taken over a military base or a vault that had military connections. So, yeah, there's been quite a few nukes hit throughout the Synders wasteland in the last few minutes.
Oops.
The place be glowing. So, what want to do? You have been summarily exiled. The Roost is now that the immediate danger is over, is now starting to kind of look up and point. And the voice of Stingray is no longer around. So the leadership team of the community is now those who do not like you. And it's looking like you should probably exit stage left sometime really soon.
Yeah, well, Fauna called it, so we're all following.
Yep.
So that then becomes, where do you want to go? Where do you consider to be safe for you? Now, N.E.R.A, you did get a map of every vault and installation.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. So you are able to cross-reference that with the trajectory of the various missiles that you saw and have a reasonable idea that Mayhem's mum's shop and the trading community would be a safe area for you to go to. And there are a few other safe areas that you can plot.
Cool.
But
I'll just ask Mayhem to get out her map, her mum's map, and just go, okay, so here, here, here. Like, I think they're a safe bet.
Now, quick question to Saz off thing. Did I send you the file with the map with all the nukes on it or not? Could we? All right, could we have that up? I think it's prepared earlier. Yay. I'm so glad I did that. So we'll be able to see that in a minute, chat. As soon as that comes up, you will have an idea of what just got blowed up. There you go. And for the cast as well, who haven't seen this, you can see where all the nukes have landed. To give you a bit of an idea of where you're looking. So, yeah, it's a fairly extensive hit.
Hey, the one near me is gone.
What do you mean the one near you is gone?
And well, the couple near me.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at the
Glenbrook.
map. Yeah. Glenbrook,
Yeah,
Orchard Hills, the one
Yeah.
at Lithgow.
Yeah. Well, technically it's Marangaroo, but
Close enough.
yeah, it's just down the road from my house.
That's right.
Yeah. Right. So, yes, you could figure from that the Mayhem's mum's house is, well, the trading community is probably a safe bet for you.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, entirely up to you. Wherever you want to go.
I'll just point out safe zones as far as I can infer on the map and leave it up to everyone else. Because N.E.R.A is really just along for the ride at this point.
Which one's the closest? Because we have
from where you are,
2 sickly people
Mm.
and 1 semi-sickly person, being Fauna. So I think closest for safety's sake is going to be the best option.
It's probably equidistant, in that the Warragamba Dam is a bit of a safe zone, but it's an unknown quantity. That'll take you about the same amount of time to get to as it would Mayhem's mum's place.
All right. So Fauna's going to turn to Maisie. It's like, do you want to go for the unknown or do you want to go back to your mum's?
It might be better to go back to mum's because at least, she can maybe help.
Yeah, she might
heal
have
us up a bit and
probably get us information too about anything else that's happens when we get there. All right.
Yeah.
So I think for the journey back as well, Spoosh and Mayhem, you should take at least 1 rat away each.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll take the one. Why don't we just all take one and then
we'll have 1 spare just in case.
Mm-hmm.
If that, I don't need one.
No, you don't.
I do want to kind of raise the idea that just using this as an example to highlight what just happened, we are being actively pursued by, well, now I mentioned by quite a few people, especially if anyone finds out that we had some hand in what just happened. While I'm not really adverse to going back to your mum's place, we may be attracting unwanted attention going back there, and I'd like to see people's limbs attached to them still. I don't really want to see that have that happen all over again.
Do you have a counter proposal as to where we should head then?
Not right now, but I'm more just I'd feel bad not raising this.
I wouldn't worry. Mum's pretty tough.
Yeah, she's got defenses. We didn't see them all, but we knew they were there. Because Maisie warned us about, which spots not to touch.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be on the safe side.
All right, so Maisie's mum's place, is that the consensus?
Yep.
I think so.
Okay. No worries. Well, we'll do a little bit of travel by map. It will take you, a day or two as you are picking your way along, avoiding confrontations. The number of exclave patrols seems to have dropped off considerably in the wake of, quite a few nuclear explosions. Now, not every single one of those hits was nuclear.
Okay.
But some were. The more hardened targets were hit with nukes. You do have one of those little, side quest things. As you're traveling along, you come across a tennis court. And there's a table with like at the net where the net was, you've got just this table sitting there on the side with 2 tennis rackets and a box of rubber ducks. And there's little bits of shredded yellow plastic all over the tennis court, and one end there's looks to be what was a body once.
Okay.
What is
Are
it?
we
Like many years ago.
feeling well enough to investigate everybody? We've all gained like 4 health points back
Oh,
from the right away.
I really want one of those rubber duckies.
Well,
There's
we should
there's
try
a
and get
box.
you one.
Right, so you're on the opposite, like consider you've got a tennis court at where the net would be. Just on the outside where the net umpire would sit is a table with a box. You can see rubber duckies sitting in the box, 2 tennis rackets, a dead body probably from about 5 years ago kind of thing at one end, shredded like yellow plastic all over the place, and you're on the opposite side of the court, so you'd have to cross the court.
Does it
to
look like
get
there's
to the
any
box.
like turrets or like that sort of shenanigans?
Give us a survival and perception. Doesn't look like it, but doesn't hurt to check.
7. Okay, so target number 8. No, don't fall down there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So that's a 7 and a 3. So 2 successes.
Okay, no, you can't see any active defenses, any passive defenses. You scan through your various different
Filters and hazard mods.
bands and what have you, and
Okay.
no. Though you do get a little bit of a chemical warning alert off the rubber duckies. As in explosives.
Oh.
This is why Maisie wanted to get to the duckies, because she had a feeling that it would be explosive duckies.
I'm going to grab a duck. I'm not going to take the tennis racket, but I'm going to grab a duck and take it back to Maisie.
Okay, well, you notice as soon as you arrive to look at the duck, you do notice that there is like a egg timer on the base of the duck that dials up to 60 seconds. And there's 6 of these ducks in the box.
No, I grab the box. I grab the box and take it for Maisie.
It's a get well present for Maisie.
Not taking the highly technological bomb launcher with you.
Am I getting
tennis racket?
anything off this tennis racket?
It's a tennis racket, aka the highly technological duck bomb launcher.
You know what? Given that I had a bunch of boxes fall on top of me and I didn't get any good loot, and my boyfriend's now really angry at me, I'm taking the tennis rackets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you have 2 tennis rackets.
Excellent.
Plus 6.
I'll hand
Rubber
one
ducky.
tennis racket and the box over to Maisie.
Amazing.
So yes, you have 6 rubber ducky bombs that you can set up to 60-second delay on them. Hence the game of rubber ducky tennis. And the body at the other end.
As the rubber duckies, would they also still function if they get wet?
They're basically hand grenades with a 60-second timer on it.
So
No
maybe
bubble
not
time
for
for
bubble
Maisie.
bath time.
No, they're basically, as I say, rubber duckies packed with explosive and a timer, like a Pomodoro style timer, egg timers shoved in there. Thing goes boom when
Thing
the
of
alarm goes
beauty.
off. Yeah, I thought so. I thought you'd like that one.
Yes, I'm so tempted to just want to hit one.
I mean, I'm not seeing a problem. We're at a tennis court.
Can I just try one out? I just really want to hit one.
Are you just hitting it, or are you turning the timer on?
I'm going to turn the timer on.
Okay.
But maybe for like 5 seconds.
to when?
N.E.R.A backs up.
I'm gonna do. Let's do 15 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get myself a good stance. Use the tennis racket.
So you're standing on the court when you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. When you crank the dial round to 15 seconds, you notice what you didn't notice before. There's a little LED display lights up, and it now has 0-0 counters for both sides of the tennis court. And yeah.
N.E.R.A is hopping off said tennis court. She did not last this long for dealing with shenanigans like this.
Pausing, yes. Dealing, no.
No.
I'm going to take my duck and I'm going to aim it towards the screens.
Okay. They're just little,
just
baseball display style ones.
So I thought they were big ones. No.
They're only like this big, and it's just got 0-0 and whatever you dialed round to 15 seconds comes up in the bottom of it.
Okay. So I'm literally just going to then aim just as high as I can go with the thought of maybe getting it outside of the court.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm going to turn and not turn. I'm just going to move backwards quickly while keeping an eye on it.
Well, grenades, when you ping them off a tennis racket, go actually a fair distance, because you got a couple of, kilo and a half of weight there. And, it's like, so you get a really satisfying sort of punk noise off the racket and it rockets off. You can see it goes. It probably goes about 50 meters.
Does the duck make one of those little squeaky noises as well?
Nah.
As it gets hit?
No. I'm going to cry boo.
Yeah, disappointing.
Oh, I'm sorry. The duck doesn't squeak. The mechanism was removed to put a grenade in there.
It's just poor craftsmanship.
They could have stuck it on the outside. It would have been fine. Criticizing your practicalities.
Helena, go because the duck doesn't squeak.
You would do the same in our position.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a fair call. So yeah, it all right, you can have the squeaking, fine. Makes a little squeak noise and it rockets off. So probably somewhere about the 40-50 meter mark, given that you could normally only throw one about 15-20 meters. That's pretty cool. And yeah, it lands.
Good crater.
Boom! It goes off. Little bits of yellow plastic shard shoots into the air. And yeah, now you have 5 of these.
Explosives plus confetti. Amazing.
Plus squeak.
Plus squeak.
That's plus squeak.
It's everything.
I think that the explosives inside the docks have compromised their ability to have buoyancy in water, or could you set the timer to I guess whatever the maximum is, and then float them down with the current? Because that could be a really interesting way of just like us floating it down into a pipe and then blowing something up.
We could make a little paper tree bark boat and float it down that way. That'd work.
That seems suspicious.
It has to be within 60 seconds, though.
We just need a really fast creep.
Would be sus on that if you saw a duck on a boat floating towards, like a duck floating towards you is one thing, but a duck on a boat.
We just saw a box of ducks on a tennis court. I think there are
And-
susser things out there than a duck floating down a river, you know?
We literally went, we'll have that.
Yeah, we did kind of almost run towards them. So
I mean, I feel like that proves my point even more, that if man's
it's a good
running,
lure. You approach the duck. You're not suspicious of the duck.
No.
Oh, this is going to be very interesting.
Yes.
It's going to be a great distraction at some point.
I'm going to name each of the 5 ducks.
Okay. What are they?
Oh, give me some time. I've got to think of some appropriate duck names.
1, duck 2, duck 3.
And make sure that you don't impinge on any copyright here.
Yes. Oh. Reginald.
Reginald. Okay.
Reginald. Gregory. Sebastian.
Can I make a recommendation?
Mhm.
Percival,
Percival, yes, perfect.
based on the names that you've done so far, it
Percival.
seemed to fit.
We'll call him Percy for short.
Exactly.
And then let's throw a Teddy in there because that will confuse
Teddy
everyone.
the duck is
Yeah.
perfect.
It's like Rodney the Fox, isn't it?
I love it.
On that, you still have a 2 bin chicken ibises.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so two bin chickens and a cat that you haven't named yet.
No, the cat was following us. We didn't have the cat. I feel like the cat had us.
Okay, well the cat has you. It's still
Has he
with you.
named us?
What does he named us?
I don't. You'd have to ask the cat.
Well, I don't speak cat. Like I'm pretty intelligent, but I don't speak cat.
What could be the cat's name?
It needs a not cat name because those are always the
Goose.
best.
Goose. Yes. Goose
Rodney
the
the
It's
cat.
called
Fox.
Goose.
Yeah.
No.
Goose the cat.
I like Goose. Goose the cat.
All right, and
Goose the cat.
the bin chickies.
Lunch and dinner.
Well, that's terrible.
Middle name's a drumstick.
You're
and
welcome.
wishbone.
To be honest, I was thinking of an anime where they keep a certain normal pet animal exactly as their emergency food supply. So yeah, that works for me.
Yep.
Yeah. The anime Awake with the singing dog at the beginning, the singing about how he's only kept around so that the villains can eat him.
Not the one
because
I'm
from-
thinking of, but it seems to be a common theme because this was also a dog. They just called it Menchi, their emergency food supply. That's all I remember.
Moth is the name of the one in Awake, which is meat on the hoof.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, little Ino-chan.
So yeah, Saz, we need chat thingies for all of these animals.
Thank you, Saz.
We've got a new chat command. Hang on.
We do.
Use it.
Amazing. Okay, so we've got ducks. Where are we going now?
Still
Did I
on
do
to
it right?
Maisie
Still on
mum's
to
house.
mums? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you arrive. It's very quiet. In fact, too quiet until you hear some cowbell.
Oh, shit.
Not again.
Oh, shit.
Who let him get away with cowbells the first time? We did, everyone. That's who. Okay. There's going to be a joke about more cowbell in here somewhere, so let's prep ourselves, everybody.
Just a little bit of ding ding cowbell just around the place. You all know that kind of average mutants really like cowbells. It's their thing. So,
N.E.R.A's spidey senses will go off and just be like herding dinosaurs. Think we've got some mutants.
Like you can see where there would normally have been electric light, there's no electric light. Right? Because your mum and the community had a little like solar generator, enough to put up the trading zones, lights, and a few welcoming watchman style lights out, so that people coming up could see it's the trading post.
We can't hear screech or anything.
No, you can't hear screech. But what you can see is the yellow glow of looks to be campfires and barrel fires. So how that sort of niche yellow glow, because you're arriving just as night is setting, so you can see, the lights aren't on, and like it's still lit, but it's lit with wood fire kind of light. And there's the ominous sound of cowbell. If you ever thought cowbells were ominous, well, they're ominous now, goddammit. And it sounds like two cowbell ringing in time with footsteps.
Are they, is the sound sort of in the same direction as the fire that we can see?
Yeah. Sounds like getting closer, going further away, getting closer, going further away. Like the wearers of the cowbell are patrolling a circle around the camp.
N.E.R.A's probably got the best eyesight out of all of us. Can you see anything?
Can I see anything?
Not really, because like the buildings as you close to that area are pretty, like there's a lot of rubble and smashed up area. I don't know if you recall the map I did for you. I'm not going to get Saz to put it up because it's too much dicking around to find it. But you'd have to like sort of clamber up some rubble to get to a vantage point, but then you could see, which is not too difficult. It's easy enough to do if you want to.
Stay here, stay quiet. I'm going to, clamber up.
Okay. Well, what you see from your vantage point is the trading community's there, but there's about half a dozen, maybe a dozen kind of average mutants just sitting around. They look like they're eating some stuff. You can see what appears to be a very rudimentary and makeshift cage towards the back. And you think there's a person in there. But it's a little bit hazy because you're looking through all the smoke and what have you of the fires. Looks reasonably clean, which is a bit unusual for kind of average mutants. And there's a sign sort of smashed into the ground with very poorly spelled, very poorly written, "You buy."
Okay. I'm going to very quietly.
What appears to be a junk pile of stuff.
Yeah. I'll very quietly clamber back down and head back to the group, relay all of that and go, so I think the mutants have taken over. There was a cage. Looked like there might have been someone in there, but it was a bit hard to make out. I don't know if your mum's here anymore, Maisie.
Oh, well, she wouldn't have just left stuff, so
She might be the one in the cage. I couldn't really make it out, but
Do you reckon your mum's got a bolt hole that she could have hidden in?
Would I know if she has something like that?
Well, the shop kind of is.
Yeah. Is the shop, like, is the way in, is it closed off? Is it still open?
N.E.R.A couldn't see or didn't think to notice.
I will go to the entrance and I'd like to check to see if the door's open or closed.
Or do you mean the vantage point?
No, I want to see if my mum's shop is
okay.
The door's open.
Okay.
So if I have to climb up to do that, then I'll do that.
Yeah, you can get back to the same vantage point, and it looks like the door's closed, yeah. And what you can see is, like, there's stuff, and it looks like stuff from all the other shops has just been pulled out and lined up very roughly, and there's a sign with "You Buy" banged into the ground.
Yeah, mutants trying to start their own market or something.
Can I? So who's up there? It's just Mayhem and N.E.R.A? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm up.
Okay, can you both do me a survival and perception, please?
Mm-hmm.
And if you got any stealthiness, you might want to tell me about it. I don't think either of you have.
Stealthiness?
Yeah, like Sandman and Sneak.
Depends. What time of day is it?
It's getting on to night.
Well, I am a night person, so I have difficulty. And you reduce any difficulty increases due to darkness by 1.
Okay. There you
I've
go.
got a sneak of 1 and my hazard detection. Sorry.
My mistake. Sorry. So sneak, not survival. Me being an idiot. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
okay.
Sneak plus perception.
Agility plus sneak.
Agility plus sneak.
Yeah, I'll get it right.
You sure you don't want to go perception?
Nah.
No. Okay.
What are you? Oh no, I got 2 successes. I thought that was a 9, but it's a 6.
Okay. Cool.
I also got 2 successes. I got a 5 and a 4. And I had 7.
Nice. You notice the patrol comes around, and like there's 2 kind of average mutants, and they're like, I heard something. Yeah. But I don't hear nothing no more. Nah. Right. So if I thought I heard something, but I didn't hear something, then did I actually hear something?
Must have been the wind.
Very zen for a mutant.
And the mutant goes, yeah, could have been the wind. Oh, hello. He looks over and is like, You buy? Hello? Is there anyone out there making noise and stuff? 'Cause we shop. You come by and we And I was like, oi, Eric, what's the thing, when we're trying to be nice and we sit and we drink? Barry goes, oh, yeah, hang on. You come sit and drink and buy, because that's what human traders do. Yeah. So, right. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right, Eric. Yeah. All right, Jimmy. Yeah, all right. Yeah, so, hello. And they're not even looking at where you are. They're kind of like, you're over here. They're like, hello. Up this way.
Just looking at Mayhem with a...
They're so dumb. Do you think N.E.R.A, I'm gonna be saying this as close to N.E.R.A as possible, just whispering it. Do you think we could get ourselves down there to see what's going on? Because they sound like they're willing to take people to the shop. But I don't know how clever they are.
Well, I don't especially want to get scrapped.
But they just seem so dumb. And if Mum's down there, I kind of have to check it out.
I guess so. That's a thing that you humans do, right? Put yourselves in danger for other things. It's suboptimal.
Only ones we like. I mean, everyone else can fuck off, really. So.
And you like this mum person, right?
Well, yeah, she has her moments.
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but okay.
So
I think you mean like Spoosh, right? Spoosh is cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But not really. Overall. He has his moments.
He has his moments. Yeah. Some of them are special. Others maybe not so special.
Okay, well, maybe we should go back to the others and tell them what the lay of the land is and figure out what we're going to do.
I think so.
Because I don't really want to go down there near those things. I can probably dodge them a couple of times, but if they catch me, I'm getting scrapped.
Did we see how many there were?
Yeah, you figured around about a dozen. Which
That's too many.
Is about what you expect for kind of average mutant pack.
But if we could lure them in with the rubber ducky.
We can take out some of them, but not all of them.
But if they're all standing around staring at the ducky.
We could sing the rubber ducky song. I do remember a rubber ducky song from nursery rhymes. Maybe if they like cowbell, they like songs. Fauna can sing.
I only remember part of the Ernie song. Rubber ducky, I love you.
That would go well. That would go well on a cowbell. I see no problems here.
You probably would.
This is a flawless plan.
Flawless murder.
It's not an episode if there's not any singing.
Exactly.
That's what we've established so far.
Murder, mayhem, and singing. Musicals. There we go. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
So there's your tagline for next episode, Sass.
So we'll get down and I guess if we can get down without being noticed by the...
Oh, yeah. With those rolls, you're fine. You're slip in and slip out, So
we'll go and start talking about what we can do.
One thing you did notice, they weren't carrying any weapons.
So I think they're playing shop.
Is this do the mutants, is there something traditionally that they want? Are they Is it just they're just random and it's violent for any purpose, or is there usually something that they kind of look to achieve?
Like any people, they all have different motivations and different alignments, hopes and dreams for themselves and their children and
milk of human kindness.
Yeah, all that sort of thing. No, they are not one-dimensional monsters, all right?
So, do we want to just go up and pose as if we're looking to trade or buy something? If
I mean,
carrying any obvious weapons.
The place.
If you want to do that, I'm hopping in with the bin chickens, Fauna. I do not want to go anywhere near them.
Totally fine. You can actually be our lookout and maybe be prepped with a couple of those rubber ducks just in case we need them.
Well, you do have the Master Blaster platform, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And but if I'm in the house I can't be seen, then I can pop out onto the Master Blaster platform and become an element of surprise.
Or, is a thing. I'm going to assume that you have seen kind of average mutants before. They're not the smartest, as you kind of indicated.
But they think they're one creature.
Just chuck a cloak over the top of you.
Oh my god, are we Princess Briding this shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Let's do it.
Have fun storming the castle, boys.
I am the Dread Pirate Roberts.
You're on the Brood Squad. You are the Brood Squad.
I am coming for you.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. We're Pirate Robertsing this shit.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, so let's put something over N.E.R.A to disguise her as a small child instead of a robot.
Are we gonna like stack ourselves? So Fauna, then maybe maybe Mayhem, and then
with
N.E.R.A.
all of us on top of her.
Yeah, not everybody. Someone's gonna have to go on Spoosh.
What if I put the power arm, and we can tell them that I'm the robot?
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want to volunteer as tribute.
Well, if it turns out that Mayhem's mum's in there, they could I'll walk in there and power down, and we can just wait a bit, and then just escape out the back.
Power armor your way through a wall or something.
He does also have the power fist, so.
Oh, that's true. Actually, so that would work.
Or does Mayhem have that?
No, I do. I would say it's not the power fist. It's it's the social. It's how we interact. As I said, it's about having really strong handshakes. But that might work against the mutants.
Yeah.
So the power fist then.
Or it is.
Do we still have the laser head? What was that?
Yes.
Oh, the Assaultron head. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, I can put the Assaultron head on top of my head, put the cloak over all of us.
No, just over you. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Have the Assaultron head sticking out of the thing and convince them that you're a giant assault, just a giant combat bolt Assaultron, and that they should obey you.
Yeah, with kangaroo feet and tail.
Exactly.
Yeah, that works. Okay,
Can we coalesce into a plan?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Spoosh in the power armor, N.E.R.A with the Voltron head on the platform on Fauna's back. Maise, I think you should be our more mobile person out of the group and be ready to chuck duck grenades if we need it. But we're going to go up posing as people looking to trade. I suggest we just ask if they've got things like Radaway and see what happens.
Shame we didn't have a gun belt to trade.
Gun belts are shit. He said it's going to come up in 5 episodes.
The pistol belt
came up right now.
When you've forgotten about it. It's going to bite you in the ass.
I deliberately haven't written it down either, so I will forget about it.
I won't. Chat, you're talking about a guy who had a 4.5 year D campaign based on a lame joke. And the punchline came 4 years later.
Okay.
I remember.
Let's go.
Let's go talk to the mutants.
Right. So as you jingle jangle, and
With our spurs, yes.
Yup, with your various bits and trying to hold a Assaultron head on your head whilst keeping a cloak around you.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I'm an agile robot, okay?
Okay.
Oh, it's not that agile.
I'll allow it. I'm just trying to picture this myself. Oh, you know.
I reckon Fauna's
Ridiculous
nose
is the word you're looking for.
I reckon Fauna's face peeks out of the cloak accidentally several times.
We are kobolding this
Yeah.
with a cloak instead of a trench coat.
Yeah.
You're not a real mutant if you don't have a second head. It's fine.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
We'll fit right in. It'll be great.
Well, given the light and everything, and as you sort of rock up, there's a bunch of kind of average mutants sitting there. And you notice like there's quite a few young ones as well as you get closer now. So you notice about half of their number are probably children, preteen level, and a couple of adults get up and they wander over and they're like, clearly quite confused. You're not sure if that's just their natural state or because they're looking at, you know, 3 kobolds in a trench coat kind of situation. But which, to be honest, confuses me, you know. But anyway, they're
welcome.
like, hello?
Hello.
Both of us say hello at the same time. Hello. Because we didn't discuss who was going to do the voice beforehand, so we've both done it.
And like
anything in his helmet.
the kind of average mutant is kind of looking at you going, whoa. Never seen people? Question mark. Like you before? Whoa, you must come from far away.
Yeah, over the hill, mate.
Whoa. He's like, are you buying?
Depends on what you got, but possibly. What you got?
And he kind of like stands up a bit, and clearly he's going into a rehearsed speech. Hello, my name is Kenny, and I am here to... He looks down at his feet. He looks up. And then one of the small, like, child kind of average mutants runs over, goes, sell that, sell. So, he thumbs up and he smiles, you know, at the kid. To sell to you. With that big sweeping arm movement that mid-20th century professional sales professionals like to do when they're trying to close the deal, or they're on, you know, New Price is Right or something, right? And then he sort of stands and smiles, looks at his kid. Yeah, genuine smile to the kid. And the kid's like, what, Dad? You know,
Fauna
kind of thing.
whispers to N.E.R.A, should we just deal with the kid?
I mean, it might be slightly more intelligent.
It also might be quicker.
Yeah, there was that.
We move close enough to see who's in the cage at this point.
Yeah, you can.
Cool.
It's Titus,
Mm.
as in the guy with the kid who went up to the mountains with you,
Yeah.
and who you left to go do your own thing. Well, they left. Technically, they left to not be shot by the exclave by hanging around with you lot.
I mean, fair.
But yeah,
it
it's
didn't work out that well for them, did it?
I told them that.
But yeah, Titus is in the cage. Kenny will show you things to buy. And he starts walking
Making
over
up a
to
fake name, okay?
a junk. Yeah, there's like Mayhem, you recognize various bits and pieces out of the various shops. Most of it's broken. But it's lined up quite well. Any of the firearms and sort of like military style gear that the weapons store had, none of that is there. It's other stuff. All right. And it looks like it's most of the things that were in the various shops, including your mum's shop.
So there is stuff there from Mum's shop that I would recognize.
Yeah. And you can see what you think is Screech over by the cage.
Any sign of the helmet?
No.
Okay. While the sales pitch is on, I'm keeping my eyes on that cage. So is there many people around it, like many mutants?
No. And it's just held with like a pressure peg.
Okay.
Right. So it's a super makeshift, kind of average mutant. Makeshift cage.
Okay. I want to just go over
I will go. I'll try and position us. Like I'll use my legs.
You
to
just
try and
be
steer-
nudging Fauna
Yeah,
with
Fauna.
feet like you're riding a horse.
Yeah. I'm ratatouilleing you. Yes.
Oh, we have a posture check as well, everybody. So,
to try and block where Maisie's trying to go.
We're big enough that should be possible.
Yeah. And then I will say, and I, Abigail, wish to see your goods.
And
Penny
is
and the kid sort of runs over and grabs, Super Mutant Dad's hand. As Dad, show the nice person? Question mark. To the stuff. He's like, oh. Kenny then sort of like walks over with you, and so do all the other like adult super kind of average mutants. They're they're all very intrigued. They're all quite friendly. You notice none of them are armed. Right, all their weapons are stacked up against the wall. They've just got their nighttime cowbell. right? So like they're just
The
jingle
evening
jangling a little
cowbell.
bit. Evening cowbell, yeah. Rather than their
Yep.
day bell, which is kind of loud and big.
Reminds them all of lavender.
Yeah. Well, so that they all know where they are, right? Because
Yeah.
you know,
Uh-huh.
otherwise they might
Question.
get lost. Yeah.
What are the kids doing?
Eating, playing, kid stuff.
Okay.
You know, watching.
Fair enough.
In fact, you can have a survival perception check.
A survival perception check. Okay.
Yeah. Or perception and survival check, whichever you prefer.
So 6 and 6. I need to roll under 12. So that's not the type of dice I want.
So N.E.R.A/Abigail will try and keep them in conversation. Oh, yeah, it's very good. Do you have any books?
And they go, books. And smile and do the it's the Price is Right thing again. And at just all the stuff in front of them.
Fauna got 1 success.
Okay, you notice that the kids seem to be a lot more intelligent and observant than the adults.
Mm.
The younger the kid, the more observant. The older the kid, the less.
Okay. Fauna's going to whisper up to N.E.R.A, I think we should talk to the kids. We'll probably find out what's going on.
Tell us your stories.
And and all the adults are like, story time. But you buy
geez, what have
first.
I done?
You buy.
I will have been sneaking
in
towards
my
that
culture,
cage too.
Where I come from, first we tell stories and then we buy. Is this what we... I kind of going off script here.
Do you want me to take over?
Kenny is like... Okay. And then all the adults come sit and they sit around like the barrel, like your campfire. It's a 44-gallon drum with some holes banged in it and some wood in the middle. But, you know, it's a sociable place. There's some stumps to sit on and they're all sitting there. We'll hold you there. Mayhem, you appear to make it to the cage no problem. And you see a rather banged up Titus. You know, he's like not looking good. Mostly you think probably hasn't eaten properly in a few days. More than anything else. And kind of like stirs and sees you and like backs away a little bit from the cage, just like, you know, wary at first. And it's like, get out of here.
Yeah. So, I would like to try and see if I can unlock the cage.
Well, it's basically it's a latch. So, you know, thing goes through latch and it's with a spike that's been hammered into place.
Right.
So to unlatch it, you gotta kind of whack the hell out of the spike to put it up. Right? So it's a latch. That's all it is.
Okay.
But kind of average mutants are a lot stronger than you.
Right. Okay. Well, in that case,
you're gonna have to hit it.
Well, I do have a baseball bat with spikes on it.
You do. Also, right next to the corner of the cage is a non-functional screech, which looks like has a 5mm, couple of 5mm Gatling cannon rounds.
Oh no!
through it.
Screech.
But what you can see is there's a little green winky light inside.
Ooh.
So Screech is dead,
Yeah.
been hit by 5mm Gatling cannon fire. Glancing blow. But there is power to the unit still.
I don't think there's much I can do with that now, though. So I guess after telling Titus, well, whispering to Titus to say, "Oh, gonna get you out." How far away is my mum's shop's door from here?
Cross the way.
Would I have to walk
so you'd have
through
to
everyone?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Stuff it. Can I try and hit the lock?
Yeah, you can hit the lock.
I'll give it a go.
All
I
right.
can just pretend I fell over if I don't have any luck.
Oh,
Ow!
Pretend the baseball bat is your walking stick.
Yeah, my elbow.
And my knee. Oh no.
Okay. Right. I'm not sure what that might be. Poor acting skill. What does that come under?
I think we did it as speech last time for the charisma check.
Yeah.
It will be melee plus strength to hit it and to hit it hard enough in the right spot with one blow to do it. Because I assume that's what you're trying to do. Judging how, you don't have to hit up from underneath. You can hit down because it's just a toggle, but that toggle is friction wedged in there. So, yeah. See how you go.
Okay. I'm going to roll 6.
Strength plus melee.
Aha! I switched to... I got a 2 and a 1. I switched to the blue die.
Oh, nice. So, 3 successes. All right. That'll do it. You hit this thing precisely and hard, and one of your spikes on your baseball bat catches just the right sweet spot. What's this? A dice roll going well for you guys?
That's so rare.
First time.
Magic is this. It feels wrong.
You hit it just the right spot. The toggle pops out, and the gate kind of opens a bit, and Titus out it. He's legging it like a little rabbit. He's just like bolted. As soon as that gate looks open, he's legging it.
Should have asked him questions before I let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of should have.
Shit. Okay, has anyone noticed?
Not yet.
Okay, well then
because
I'm just
there's
going...
story time happening.
Good. But I'm just going to nothing happened and start moving my way back towards the group and towards my mum's shop.
Yeah, not collecting Screech on your way?
No, I'll leave him there for now because he's dead, but he's got power. So I'll go back to him.
Yeah, okay. Because where the bullet holes are, you're thinking, you could probably get him up and running pretty easily.
It's noisy.
Back to story time with Abigail.
With Abigail.
All right.
So I'm
story
giving
time
them a
with
rendition
Abigail.
with the very hungry caterpillar, except it's the very hungry average mutant. On Monday. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, they're hanging off every word.
Cool. And then it gets to the last day, and I'm like, and when he woke up, he was, what do these guys want to be?
Super mutant.
Super mutant.
And they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And the kids are like, whoa. And
Do I
like-
keep going?
so Kenny goes, our turn for
Okay.
story time. We are mutants, and
Yep.
we traveled from 9 points south, long way from
Okay.
Gong, because men in humans, stupid humans in big metal suits, were killing everybody, everything, and everybody. Horrible metal suited men with flying beetle-like machines, and they shoot and they hurt and they kill everything. So we, family, walked away. No food. They poison the food. They like spray green rain from the flying beetles, and it was so did not taste very nice, and they made the plants die, and the animals die, and like the humans die, like the not metal humans. It was very burned our eyes. So we grabbed the children and we walked away, and we came here and we found this place away from metal humans flying and killing, and we found here, and all it was like heaven, because there was nobody here, but all the things for trading were here, all out, ready for us. And there's like some nice flat bit outside on the other side of the building, and you know where signs are for, we think, the people who were here first.
So there was no one here?
No, we got
Connor,
here.
are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
how long ago? Holds up like this many years ago.
Oh, that's very
and
lucky
then-
for you.
Yeah. And for children, 'cause safe, and there's food. And then we found a pet, Tai. Funny man. Very sobby. Very whoa. We put him in a cage so he don't hurt himself. 'Cause
Right.
Why
They're
is
very-
he soppy? Why he cry?
Child die.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Him sad. So
Wait.
he's in cage so
That's
he
sad, right?
Yeah.
doesn't hurt
Okay.
himself.
Sad.
Yeah. because children important,
Yes.
So we're waiting for him to be a little less sad, and then we help him in our tribe, and he
Okay.
will be happy again because we have children, and he can be happy with our children, part of the tribe. Yeah. But we don't know what he eats. Doesn't seem to like meat much.
I believe snacks, but not meat.
It says word vegan. Yeah. We don't know what this is. But
That's your department, Fauna.
Fruit and nuts and things that they can make out of planty stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, planty things.
We go give Titus these things. But yeah, that our story. So we came here, walk away from bad middlemen in their bugs.
That is a big story.
Yeah. So stories traded. Time for stuff traded. Yeah.
Let's look at your stuff.
So I think as well, like, actually, I'll ask the question. Are we kind of aware that Mayhem has let Titus go in the background? No. Okay, cool.
Simultaneous stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's what I wanted to double check just to make sure. So
However, it would be about now that you're possibly seeing Titus Leggett out. So I will give everybody who is at the storytelling a... Oh, God, what's it going to be? Perception and something. Perception and something. What do we think? Sneak. Perception and sneak. It's not being sneaky, it's to look at shit, I guess. Perception-y, sneaky stuff. There you go. That'll do. How's that sound? Sound fair?
Fail.
Just one success.
All right, so yeah.
Actually, I'm going to use an action point to re-roll.
Yeah, can we use one too?
Well, you with one success, you will see Titus legging it. It's not like he's been quiet about it.
Okay.
It's like doing the I'm free, kind of thing.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Where is Spoosh in all of this?
Yeah, and are they looking at him weirdly because he's all dressed in metal?
I'm saying I'm in the power armor just standing next to you all, but I just haven't been talking because I'm trying to convince them I'm not.
Yeah.
Right.
I did recall you saying that. Also, your power armor doesn't have a helmet or a chest piece. It is or arms. It's just the frame and the two legs. So to them, you don't look like a member of the Exclave.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
You just look like another odd human.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's have a since we've noticed Titus has legged it, maybe let's distract them a little bit, I guess. But we do still kind of need Radaway, so let's ask them if they've got Radaway. And I might direct that to one of the kids rather than to the adult.
They they don't know. They're not experienced with what you're talking about. But luck and survival
Okay, because I was going to ask us, like, can we
geez.
go into? Because I was going to say, could we go into one of the buildings, like into Maisie
Oh,
mum's
yeah,
shop?
you can go into the
to-
buildings.
Okay.
They are open. They have been professionally cleared.
Okay.
It's like somebody not, and several somebodies not of the kind of average mutant variety have come out and they have cleaned out everything out of the shops and put it all in rows. It's all quite neatly laid out. It's just been in
Right.
the elements for a few days. And yeah, that's what you're looking at.
Okay.
Okay.
Wander over a little bit to Maisie, because I think Maisie's probably joined the group again after letting Titus go, and just sort of whisper, Maisie, would your mum leave you a message anywhere in the shop that you would know to look, even if it has been cleared out?
I want to say yes, there would be a few hidey holes tucked around, like, maybe like a loose piece of skirting board that if you turn it
Oh yeah, you
right
would
angle.
definitely have those sorts of things. And in the event of attack, you run here. This is the rendezvous point. This is the hiding point. This is the bug out bag. This is what is essential to take. This is what we don't take. All that sort of stuff. Yeah, like your Wasteland Survivors. You definitely have had that growing up. So yeah.
Yeah. So I think Fauna's going to say, you go check. We'll keep them busy.
Okay. So I will try and head towards Mum's shop. I don't want to take any stragglers with me, so I'm not trying to sort of attract too much attention.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot of light over that side. The door has been, the top door has been pulled, closed. But you could make your way in without too much trouble. You grew up here. You know how hard to push it to get it open. So there's no roll required for this. So you get in, and the same deal. The shop has been emptied. There's nothing in here at all. And it's been systematically stripped.
And nothing in the hidey holes?
Not by people. No. Only the things that were there years ago.
Okay.
It's like, your mum had no time to do anything, or it was the people who did arrived didn't look like a threat.
Well, in that case, I will climb back up and head back over to the group. And yeah, I'll let Fauna know, because we were talking about it before. It's clean. There's nothing.
All right. So one of the things you have noticed is there is absolutely no military tech. Anything that even vaguely resembled military tech, which there was quite a bit of, has gone. You've also noticed all of various traps have been triggered. Like exploding traps and pits and what have you. Not all of them. But you see, as you were looking around and moving around the camp, there was a trap. That one's been triggered. A couple of others have been dismantled and disarmed, but quite a few of them had been triggered. So whatever happened a few days ago and happened in force.
Would anyone have any skill in repairing things?
I do.
Yeah.
So I might mention or draw your attention over to Screech, who was next to the cage. He looks dead. Looks like he was shot with a big gun. But power is still there. So maybe if we fix him, he might have some record of what happened, potentially.
Sounds good. Dead seems like a weird way to phrase it, though. Can't kill them. But not dead.
I'll hand over a couple of robot repair kits to Spoosh.
Drop it on his head because of his comment, maybe.
As the night progresses, the kind of average mutants are like, we sleep now. You sleep if you want. And they do the, and we sleep inside. Like it's a really special thing. Oh, they all like, they're like, look at me and my fancy 5-star accommodation with a roof that only has 3 holes in it. You know?
Oh, bless their cotton
and yeah,
socks.
they all like, they're very proud of themselves.
It's the simple things.
And you know, like all the kids go in, all the adults go in. It's like we trade in the morning, and the Kenny kind of walks up to N.E.R.A and pats the Assaultron head. Goes, night, night. And then goes inside and they close the door. And there is like the loudest snoring you have heard for a very long time coming out of that building within about 10 minutes.
Okay, we absolutely cannot stay here.
No. No, we will need to get out of here. Very
so what's the plan?
So
we're rolling me some dice to see if you could luck find some right away.
Yeah, so it was luck and what else was it, Chris?
Survival.
Thank you.
Or you can have barter, I guess. But I think
Spoosh, repairing Screech.
Yes.
Can I assist?
Yeah. You can add one dice to it. So how'd you go, Biggles?
I got a 1 and a 13. So I think a crit
1
success.
is 2 success. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I will give you 2 combat dice worth of things. So let me have a roll.
Okay.
I'll tell you how many you get.
Yay.
Oh, you have 1 plus 1 super rad away because I rolled a 1 effect.
So 1 norm and 1 super?
Yeah, and 1 the super will do double. So super will do 8 points and the regular one will do 4 points. So yes, that's you found that rummaging through the various piles.
And we already have a spare one.
We do,
regular one.
Yeah. So Fauna's only like 4 hit points away being up to full health. So I think probably
I only need 4
could
as well.
break your super down into 2 regular ones if you want.
Yeah, might actually do that because then we'll have a spare left over. Yeah, we'll break that super down into 2. So that'll give us 4 total, including the one that we've got.
That'll use up one of your waters to do so, but you can do that.
And I think like while sort of Spoosh and N.E.R.A are trying to repair, we'll give everyone the rest of the rataways. So hopefully everyone will be back up to full or almost full health.
Okay. Yeah, well, that would give you enough to get everybody back to full health and then have 1 spare.
Yeah, good.
Well, back to regular. Yeah.
Yeah, back to regular.
Right, while you guys are doing your repairs, are you looking around the rest of the camp? Because they did indicate that there were stuff on the other side of the building as well.
Oh, yeah, the flat spot.
Yeah.
I guess Fauna and Mayhem can go and do that while the others are repairing, unless Spoosh or N.E.R.A need an extra hand.
I think we're good.
Okay. Now that we're all back up to speed, let's go looking and see what we find.
All right. So on the other side of the building, you find a bunch of graves. Which have been dug properly, and there are marker boards with the following written: mutant human woman, name and age unknown, estimate mid-50s, executed by Exclave Patrol Leader 06-1012261A for theft and possession of Exclave property, wasting Exclave property, 1x44 caliber. Next grave. Mutant human woman, name and age unknown, estimate mid-30s, executed by Trooper E7-1012249 for trafficking stolen goods, assault and battery, damaging Exclave property, brackets, Trooper boots, damaging Exclave property, brackets, Trooper axe, dash, blood encrusted, end bracket. It goes on like this for all of the graves, which match all of the surviving members, well, not surviving, all of the members of the post that stayed behind. Basically, they were executed by the Exclave.
Lorna's going to put her hand on Maisie' shoulder and just go, do any of these seem to match your mum?
Not Mum, no.
That's something then.
The first one does.
Oh, hang on. Mum was a mutant?
The Exclave consider all humans who are not Exclave to be mutants.
That's right. Bloody Nazis.
Yeah, possession of Exclave prop T60 helmet.
Yeah. Okay.
I missed that bit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
the mutant bit threw me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not Exclave, you're a mutant.
Yeah. Fauna's gonna pop back to N.E.R.A and Spoosh and just say, "We've found Maisie's mum."
Oh, how is she?
Spoosh, maybe stay put for a bit. Your ex-colleagues are responsible.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
So, no, not oh.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh?
It's very upsetting for Maisie at this point, N.E.R.A. And Spoosh is connected to the people who did this. Potentially we have angry, explosive person on our hands. Angrier than normal.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
And leaving that there, Fauna's going to pop back to Maisie.
Righto.
He hasn't said much. She's just kind of staring.
Yeah, Fauna's not going to say anything. She's just going to stay there for a bit. Mostly keeping an eye on Maisie just in case. But she's just going to be there. She's not going to say anything. She's going to wait.
Maisie will at some point take out a knife or something like that and scratch out where they've put mutant, and maybe scratch in her name.
Okay. And the rest, you can identify who most of them are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably go around and do the same for all of them as well.
Yeah. And that'll take some of that grief energy a bit as well. So let's say Maisie spends a good 2 or 3 hours into the night just doing that. I'm assuming with Fauna just sort of hanging back in the distance, just watching.
And I think helping, and the ones that she finishes marking, she's going to put like basically a sundew leaf to grow on each and every single one. And she tells Maisie at the end, if any of them come back, there's a good chance that these fuckers are going to get got by these. So that's something. We can work on something a bit nastier later.
I have thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you do.
And we'll hold there whilst we move to repairs. So.
No, you've got to connect the blue to the blue, you dickhead. I thought you said you had a doctorate in this stuff.
So it's just like, just working. It's like, oh, are you still here?
No, please go ahead. Fix it by yourself if you want.
Okay, just like laughs to himself. He's like, hang on, wait. And he like looks at have you given did you pass over all the robot stuff already, the repair kits? Not all of them.
I gave you two robot repair kits.
Okay, I was gonna say. It was
because I thought you'd screw one up.
That's fair. That's a very fair assessment. So yeah, like Spoon's just like he's gonna like kind of rub his arm a little bit, just kind of rubbing where the multi-tool was in his arm. Be like fixing. I have rolled. I'm guessing intelligence and repair.
Enter and repair. They're the pairing. Yes.
Nice. 5 and an 8. So I didn't beat the tag for either of them still, but 2 successes.
And N.E.R.A rolls 1 as a support.
That's a 4. So that's just a success.
Okay, so that's 3 successes in total. You burn 1 robot repair kit. In doing so, you identify that the bullets that ripped through it were 5mm Gatling cannon rounds. Most of them sheared through the casing. And there's just a little bit of damage which knocked some parts out of alignment. They needed to be resocketed, cleaned up. So Screech is actually able to function, and ish, like most of the motivator units and all that sort of stuff. So Screech is still dead, but you can access the core memories and video projection, so you can basically do the "Your only hope, Obi-Wan" moment from
we can
Screech.
Speak to the dead for the robot, right?
Yeah, and basically Screech comes up. Oh, you got some carbon scoring in there, and an image of what played out pops up with, if you got any headphones, sound. You can plug in a Screech to get the full surround sound experience. So what you basically see is the exclave walking in, and there's a couple of goons in power armor and a few others. There's an officer there. The officer then pulls out, is now standing with a T-60 power armor helmet and is pointing at Maisie's mom, and there's clearly some yelling going on. It's about now that you find your headphones and are able to plug in and you get the audio. The rest of the trading community are now being sort of gathered together and are mobilized by the power armor goons, cable ties, all that sort of thing. The exclave officer is arguing with Ren and says, where did you get the helmet? Where did you get the helmet? This is exclave property. Where did you get it? And Ren says, she smiles, says, she doesn't give up her friends and her lovers. The colonel spits on the ground calls her a dirty mutant and says he'll root out the traitor who had relations with such a feral creature. Of course, everybody starts laughing. At this point, they're cuffed, but they're laughing, and the colonel goes bright red and is like, "Why are you laughing?" And Ren, Maise's mum, says, "Dude, don't you get it? Root out, get it? It's funny because I fucked your guy and he left me his helmet." And she pats her stomach, and that's not all he left me. The officer goes bright red, has this absolutely horrified look on his face, and that's when he pulls out a firearm and shoots Maise's mum. He then turns, nods to the rest of the just nods at the other soldiers. They open fire. The last thing we see is Screech looking down the barrel of a Gatling cannon and fade to black as Screech drops. That's the video that you have.
Not really, special turn to N.E.R.A. I'm guessing that this may be distressing for Mayhem to watch. Maybe we should not play it for them, or should we? I'm not good at this.
Can we remove the memory bank for maybe at a later date?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
Well, you've seen it now,
I will
so
make
you've got
that
a recording
suggestion.
of it. You've got a onboard recording of it.
Cool. I got it.
So yeah, but otherwise Screech doesn't function. But you've got that data there.
Cool. I will say that to Spoosh. Yeah, let's not. But just, if she asks, let her know I've got it.
And you can physically remove the memory core if you wish.
Why carry extra weight?
Yeah.
Sorry, Spoosh.
Do I recognize anybody in the recording at all?
That's a really good question. I had not even thought about that. Let's say yes. You recognize the Colonel. You also recognize the 5-leaf clover on the side of the T-60 helmet as being from a elite unit that scours the wasteland looking for hidden tech, basically. But you don't know anybody from that unit. You recognize that symbol, though, on the side of the helmet. And yeah, you'll recognize a couple of the like the Colonel and maybe the Scribe. Not personally, you haven't met them personally, you've just seen them they've been in meetings you've been in, right? They've zoomed in, been in the same Zoom calls you've been in. Yeah, so you've seen those faces, so yeah. And it now sort of makes sense that, mutants came down from Wollongong, the base, the main Exclave base, which you never knew where it was, but you're pretty sure it must be in Wollongong. If they're doing a scorched earth policy around the city, and you've seen these guys before, you knew that they came from somewhere south. 2 + 2 makes 4. You're pretty sure that the main base must be in Wollongong, which would also explain why no one's been ever been able to find it. Because Wollongong is 25 minutes. because I checked it out. It's 25 minute helicopter ride, which is basically what a vertibird is, right?
Sure. So N.E.R.A's going to say to Spoosh, okay, we should get out of here before anybody wakes up and get some distance between us and here.
That seems fair. I don't think the mutants are really going to provide us anything we need.
No, I don't think so. Do you want to have a glance through that pile and see if there's anything that you can scrap from it, and I'll go tell the others?
Yes, I like this plan a lot.
Spoosh, go deal with things that aren't people. N.E.R.A, go deal with people.
Work.
I'll just
It makes more
wander
sense
up
than
and
it
tap
should.
Fauna on the shop. Yeah, sad but true.
Human
Yeah,
dressed as
N.E.R.A will
robot.
just tap Fauna on the on the thigh and go, "Hey, we gotta go."
All right. Fauna will pop over to Maisie and it's like, we got a jet.
As you're about to leave and you're sort of all together thinking about what it is that you're going to do, Spoosh, your Pip-Boy connects to the case. Saz, can you pop up the final thing? And feel free to have a look at the last message
Oh, good.
that was hidden, everybody.
I forgot there was one more.
There's one more, yeah.
It's good, definitely a good one, isn't it?
So we'll just wait for that one to pop up on screen for chat. There we go. So your Pip-Boy connects to the case. And this message starts scrolling up. And the case starts rattling off like there's a printer inside it. It's that kind of noise of, this is me doing my best impression, not of a dyslexic cat, but of a old dot matrix style printer. You could be forgiven if you do think it was a dyslexic cat, but there you go. It wasn't. It was a dot matrix printer. I'm hireable as a voice actor, by the way, if anyone ever wants. I do really good Australian accents and dyslexic
You also
cats.
do really bad Russian accents. I can attest to that.
Really bad every accent, including Australian. Yes, so as you can see, you have that pop up. Let me just read it out. So, small message sort of pops up on your Pip-Boy because it's connected wirelessly as this prints out, and it says button log 1. 2, acknowledge. Do not press message displayed. 3, press. 4, acknowledge. Do not press message displayed. Press. For 5, 6, acknowledge. Do not press message displayed. 7, press. 8, acknowledge. Do not press message displayed. I counted how many times you pressed, right? This goes on for the 6 times that you press the button. Then we have 9, action, remote power engaged. Press. 11, acknowledge. Do not press message displayed. 12, action, power online. Press. For 13. 14, acknowledge. Do not press message displayed. 15, action, startup override accepted. 16, QGZ1NM9. 17, end log. And that, I think, is where we'll finish for tonight.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Which, means next session will be figuring out where you're going to next, what all of that means, and I guess probably a little bit of revenge plotting.
Vendetta.
Revenge.
Mayhem and Fauna team up for revenge. It's like, they'll get you, you bastards.
N.E.R.A comes along for the ultra violence.
And the books.
Trying to get home.
And the books.
Yeah. And Spoosh, we might decide what we're going to do with him on the way.
I don't know, the Exclave's East Coast headquarters could, have a book or two.
I reckon it could.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for coming. A little bit of a heavier episode today. I did promise you that there would be a little bit trip into the dark. Fantastic to today. Today is all about consequences for future actions and past actions, and just actions in general, and rubber duckies. So thank you all for coming along. Cass, thank you for playing through that. A little bit different from our usual style, so thank you for embracing the change and rolling with it. The hidden stuff is new for them, so chat, so they don't normally have stuff hidden away from them. But yeah, so I think that kind of worked, but we can workshop that later, team. But anyway, thank you all for coming. Saz, thank you again for being our wonderful producer, and being able to chuck up all of these different images and what have you as we go. I will pass off to, I don't know, we'll go with Piggles.
Hi everyone.
Do you sign off?
I'm Piggles, playing Fauna, a possibly soon-to-be vendettering of unusual size in a mashup with our dear Maise Mayhem. You can find me on Instagram and Threads at Piggles. Come for currently me walking my cats on leads and watching one of my cats be incredibly grumpy about it. It's been very entertaining. But that is currently where you can find me. I am going to throw over to Cass.
Hi, I'm Cass. I'm going to be on Meeples and Dragons next week, playing in the Radiant Shadows game on Wednesday. Oh, not Wednesday. Where did I get that from? Saturday. It's been a long week, okay? I'm surprised I'm upright. Yeah, it's been a fun game, and we'll be back again, not next Friday, but the Friday after. Because that's how fortnights work.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Who are you
I've
got the responsibility of handing it over as well. Nepsis.
Hi, I'm Nepsis. I've been playing your National External Retrieval Automaton, or N.E.R.A. / Abigail for this episode. You can find me when I'm not here. Also here, I will be here next Wednesday doing some shenanigans. You should watch out for that. When I'm not here, I am elsewhere. You can find me on the internet as Nepsis Nile, NEPHTHYSNILE. I'm everywhere under that name, really. Yeah. And I'm going to hand it on over to Spooshy Boy.
I was going to say, now that makes my call out to Wednesday even more spooky, because...
Yeah.
I'm Joel, or Mr. Loreman online. I'm playing Dr. Spoosh. He's just trying to go home and make sure the ethics board don't look too close at his notes about the projects he's working on, which I think all of us can understand a little bit. I don't have anyone to hand this off to, but throw
Chris.
Throw it back to the GM.
Throw. I'm open. Put me in, coach. Righto. So, and then there was one. I am Chris, aka Anthanum. You can find me at Anthanum pretty much everywhere. I too will be in this Wednesday night coming 13th of March Wild West Cthulhu shenanigans. Coming up for me, I will also be running a what will I be running? God, my brain just switched off. I will be running a Cthulhu game, Cthulhu one shot for Virtual GaryCon on the Thursday, the something of March. That will be Thursday, the 21st of March. Should you wish to come along to that, so yeah, be doing that. And that will be a lighthouse ghost story. Lighthouses and ghosts. And it will be me playing it straight for once, actually playing some straight spooky Cthulhu. Not being a glaring idiot and doing it for the yucks. So yeah, come on for that.
Yeah. Hence my really confused face just then. I'm like, what that's not right.
I can do serious.
I haven't seen it.
Never.
Still do it.
No.
Yeah, can. So it turns out that we are going to be rating out to, oh God, how to
Phoenix
Wacky. Yeah. So there you go.
Phoenixy Wacky? Phoenix Wacky. That's how it's being said now.
Phoenix Wacky. Phoenix Wacky. Yeah. Can we pronounce it a different way?
Probably come for the Fallout, stay for the phonetics, people.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming. Thanks for standing on my keyboard there, Raz. Really appreciate your work. And we will see you whenev's 2 weeks, something like that. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.